Welcome back to Liftoff Journeys, where we ignite the stories of those daring to soar. Join us as we delve into the uncharted territories of success, sharing the triumphs and hardships of extraordinary individuals determined to reach new heights. Get ready to be inspired, challenged, and uplifted on Liftoff Journeys. So let's launch this together. I am so excited for this podcast interview today. So excited. You can see I'm even doing it from my car. And for those of you that are watching the podcast online on YouTube, I chose to do it from my car because I wanted to make a statement about work-life balance. And sometimes our lives are crazy and everything can't be perfect. And I wanted everybody to know that, this guest that we have on today, Bita, who is going to introduce herself to all of you, knows work-life balance better than anybody. And what she's done and her journey is going to really inspire you to get into your car, out of your car, wherever you need to go to make your dreams come true. So Bita, welcome to Liftoff Journeys.
Thank you so much for having me. My name is Bita Safari. I'm the founder and the CEO of GiGO Clean Technology. GiGO Clean is an app serving cleaning industry. It offers on-demand cleaning services. Right now, we have coverage in Southern California. The plan is to have coverage in all cities in the United States within the next 5 years.
Your story of how you came to the United States and how you help so many children and still do, really shows who you are as a person, somebody that wants to make the world a better place and someone that's determined to not give up. So what inspired you to start your business today at GiGO Clean?
Actually, my own need. I always wanted to have my own company. And then like 4 or 5 years ago, both my husband and I had a very busy life schedule. We were working for corporate America with a lot of travel in our schedule, and we have a daughter, a dog, a social life. And it was funny that you can imagine living in Southern California, traffic and all that, taking care of the household chores became challenges. And it was funny for us because whenever we needed help, surprisingly, we couldn't get help. We had someone to come into our house regularly, but anytime we had party or something or needed extra help was not available. And here it was me and my husband literally vacuuming, doing everything at 10 o'clock at night because we just got home by 7, 8, we had to eat. So I thought that, okay, it's amazing that everything is through ordering on demand, and there are so many apps available. How come we don't have that service for cleaning? And cleaning is such a high demand. So I started to do some research, and I dived into the industry, and I was fascinated. How big is this industry? I mean, you can imagine how many buildings are in United States and how many transactions happen throughout the day. And then yet it's still kind of very old fashioned. So I put the business plan together, then I put the infrastructure, and then what I had in mind on paper. Of course, everything at first was on paper. So it took me about a year to finally put the team together. And then we put the team together, and I hired a group of developers back in India, and that was late 2019. Unfortunately, 4 months later, we had coronavirus, and then the head of the developer teams, unfortunately, we lost him to Corona. So we had to stop the project. We brought the project here, and then another company took over, and we went live. We crashed. Then we started everything from scratch. We hired another company. We went live. A year passed. Android side crashed. For the 4th time, everybody were telling me to give up, but I thought that by then I was ready to start, because then I knew what could be done to make this app better. So I hired another company, but now the app works. We still need to work on the technical side.
I wish you were in New Jersey where I live. We could use your service. We are we're very similar to you and your husband vacuuming at 10 p.m. the night before people are coming over, or running around like crazy when we hear that someone's going to stop by unexpectedly. So I know there's got to be a lot of demand for it. And it sounds like you've gone through every single one of those roller coaster steps that you read about in all of the books. And if you've ever been a startup founder, like I have, you experience every day. The third time wasn't even the charm. You got to the fourth time and you're still just getting started. What keeps you going? What motivates you to not give up and follow this passion of yours?
I had dreams and I had goals and I had plans. In my plan, I consider some failures, not to the extent that I experienced over the past few years, but I know that it's impossible to constantly move forward without any failures. But I discipline myself to learn from my failures and not to get emotional about them. I try to learn from them, and I really believed in my goal. So through my faith and my beliefs, I was motivated to move forward and not to fall back. And I'm so happy that I had that faith and beliefs, not only in myself, but in my goals, because if I didn't have those, I certainly would have stopped by the second or the third time that we failed.
I'm going to ask you, do you ever have second thoughts? I know, sometimes with the podcast, the TV show, being a parent, other things that I do, you wonder, oh my gosh, is this the right thing? Did I make a mistake? Maybe I thought about this wrong. Does that ever happen to you? Or have you been able to find a magical way to just stay focused on your passions?
There had been times that I thought, I'm so tired, I have to stop. I could not keep going. But then I thought about other people that their life would be impacted by this application, in a specific cleaning professionals. Throughout the past few years, I met many hardworking women, many great, wonderful mothers that they were working to provide for their families, and they had big dreams for their families and their kids. When I was looking at them and when I was looking at their journey, I didn't allow myself to stop just because I was tired or because I failed. So I thought that there is no way back. I only had one way, and that was to moving forward.
You do. Now, how much do you rely on your family, your friends, your community to help pick you up and help your business idea succeed? Because I know, my mom told me a long time ago, it takes a village to do anything. And as I have learned over the years, you have to rely on more and more people to be your support network. Do you find that to be true too?
My family helped me a lot over the past few years, not only mentally, but their support gave me courage to continue on this journey. In a specific, my husband and my daughter. And at this point, I'm counting on all my friends and community to help me with introducing GiGO Clean to public. And I hope we will all succeed, because it's not only about me, it's about what we accomplished as a team. So yes, I do count on the friends and families and my community.
Amazing. I don't know. You're a pretty inspiring, Bita, from the beginning to the end. I normally ask guests that are on the podcast, when you were younger, did you ever envision yourself being in the role you're in today? So I've got to ask you, when you were little, what did you think you were going to be when you grew up from a professional perspective? Did you ever have dreams of starting your own business and changing the world for the better?
When I was little, it's funny because I wanted to be a news reporter. I thought that they were remembering everything and they knew literally everything about everyone and everywhere. I didn't know, of course, that they were getting the information from the right resources. But then as I grew up, I wanted to get involved in politics, but then I found myself too honest and too passionate and too emotional for that. I always wanted to do something big. I always wanted to be involved with the community, and I wanted to make something big that impact many people. And now it seems that this is the right path. Finally, I came with an idea of GiGO Clean, who's going to help a lot of people.
Yeah, you started the conversation by talking about your background as a chemical engineer, and then you also talked about your volunteering with, programs that help children. And I was wondering this entire time that we've been talking how they cross and how they connect, and now it all comes together, because I don't think I appreciated how impactful your business is. You're not only bringing a service that everybody needs where they can get on-demand cleaning in their house, but you're ensuring that that entire portion of the workforce for an entire industry receives better education around their financial wellness and management, around their health and their personal wellness and management, and also, creates a career path for the future. And that's so impressive and so powerful. And I just think that you have such an incredible story to share. I can't imagine if anybody heard this last few minutes of our conversation, them not supporting your business, either on the business financing side or by being a user and a customer for you. It's really, really powerful. And I can, I used to work in a field that focused around financial wellness and management. Now, I work around healthcare. My background's in teaching. And I think there's some inside, fire that ignites me and drives me towards things that help improve people's lives and help them get the information they need. And here you are doing it every single day for so many different types of people. It's really, really incredible. I know you're going to be on the TV show, so I can't wait for all of America to hear your story. And thank you so much for being on the podcast today. And for those of you listening or watching, thank you for joining this episode of Liftoff Journeys. I told you you'd be inspired. I know you're all going to walk away now and figure out how you can do better in giving back and making the world a better place, just like Bita. Stay tuned, though, because we've got more inspirational stories coming up soon.